always yawn on Mondays.
What are we going to do with her, Samantha?
I'm
Get
not
some
tired. I'm good.
mojo. Come on.
Get your mojo. We're going to have to make her do a little dance before every recording to get her going. Little
There
mojo
we
dance.
go. There we go.
Yeah. Hey, y'all. Welcome to episode 291 of Consignment Chats. Guys, what if the biggest thing holding your reselling business back isn't time, isn't money, or knowledge, but perfectionism, overthinking, waiting for the perfect listing, the perfect system, the perfect time that feels productive, but it's often just procrastination. Oh, God, it hurts to say it because it's so me
Oh,
in disguise. Today, we're going to talk about how perfectionism keeps you stuck, costs you money, and most importantly, we're going to talk about ways to break free from it because
Oh,
perfect doesn't pay.
yeah.
But done does pay. And that is a hard lesson that I have
ooh.
learned over the years. Hard lesson I've learned because it's not naturally who I am. But working with these girls, you get over it. That's why I am. As you can see below here, if you're watching on YouTube, my name is not just Molly today. It is Molly, the recovering perfectionist.
And I think you are such the perfect person to do this episode because I have been on this journey. Like, I can't believe, I mean, when you say recovering perfectionist, like, you truly mean it. Like, you are a totally different, different mindset,
Mhm.
getting 10, 20 times the stuff done that you have in the past when you let go of
Yeah.
perfectionism. So I'm just really excited that you're the one doing this episode, and this is amazing.
Well, would you be doing it with anyone other than Samantha and I? I mean, I'm just curious if there's something in your mind we should know
Right?
about. Because,
No, everything's cool here. Just me in my basement when you guys on Zoom. That's my life.
Hey, y'all, welcome to Consignment Chats, reselling tips, mindset, real life. Hit subscribe and let's grow together. All right, I want to start first, guys, by talking about ways. I mean, we probably all have a little bit. I know perfectionism is related to some kind of past trauma, which we're not going to get into over analyzing it, but
Oh, we can't. Oh, because that's the
no,
fun part.
this is
we
not. Go ahead, Samantha.
we'll need to have Anna and Sarah on so they can get their psychology parts out and really analyze it.
I mean, there is a lot to be said about it. It is past traumas that create perfectionism, and I've been dealing with that and diving in that personally to figure that out. And if you feel like that's you, that's something worth thinking of a deep dive. We are not licensed psychologists. We're not going to do that. But what we are going to do is talk about giving you actionable ways to battle this if this is something, if you are the overthinker, the perfection, you feel like you've gone through the day and really haven't gotten a whole lot done. And I'm going to tell you, I am a recovering perfectionist because I still do that some days. I find myself doing it. So it's getting the right tools to get yourself over it. So
Mm-hmm.
I want us to talk about first ways that we feel any of us have overthought a situation or been in that perfectionist state of
Yeah.
mind.
So I want to say, like, I do not consider myself a perfectionist. Like, I consider myself the opposite of a perfectionist.
I agree.
However, when we were reading the Let Them Theory, the Mel Robbins book in our C Chats book club, there's a section on kind of perfectionism and letting other people kind of dictate what you're going to do, like what other people think dictate what you're going to do. And I was like, oh gosh, yeah, like I'm there, right? Like, so I saw bits of myself. I'm like, yeah, I do have perfection. I think we probably all have perfectionist tendencies. So I didn't identify with that until I read the book. And I was like, yeah, there are certain things that absolutely. And it's, for me, it's a lot of what other people were thinking and what we were putting, because we do this quite publicly. Yeah.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
We're put
Yeah.
ourselves out there.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, we've talked on previous episodes about when Libby and I first started the business that I worked in the store with her, had a desk that sat beside the register, and I would pull high-end items off the floor that I felt were eBay worthy, and I would list them in our eBay store. And that was my job as the online sales manager. I would spend sometimes, and I'm not exaggerating, hours on one item.
And it was just a spaghetti poodle. It wasn't that big a deal. Gosh.
Correct. But to
Absolutely.
me, if I could not get the exact and trust in the fact that the information I was finding was accurate, I would deep dive everywhere possible. And that was before Google Lens. That was before all of those kind of things you have now that do make the process a little better. But I would spend hours on one item. And Libby would say, "What are you doing over there?" Her nice way of, "Let's get it going, girl. Come on, let's get it going." And I want to say this too, as somebody who is a perfectionist, I also am not always a good listener. I don't want to hear somebody tell me what I'm doing needs to change. And so I'm a processor. I take that information in, and I don't know if this is part of being a perfectionist or it's just who I am. But Libby would make recommendations to me on how to speed things up. And I would be like, "Oh, well, but I gotta, but there's, but, da, da, da." And I wouldn't listen. And then, over the week or two, I would think about it and be like, "You know what? If I didn't do this part of it, or I just did this part of it." And over time, my process got quicker and quicker and quicker because I was listening to her. I just didn't listen to her right off the bat. So if you're somebody that doesn't take advice in when people give it, I want to tell you, take it in. Maybe you don't act on it that second, but take it in, stew on it a bit. Because most people, if you know who they are and you trust them, they're not telling you those things just to boss you around or tell you you're wrong or beat you down. They're telling you those things because they want to see you succeed. They see that you're struggling. They don't want to tell you you're struggling, but they're giving you great advice. So pull that in, stew on it a little bit.
If you're one of those people that's trying to give that advice and you're like, "Oh, this person never listens to me," they will listen. You plant that little seed, don't nag them, and then eventually they'll have this epiphany like it was their great idea and it will be fantastic and they will change their ways. So there we go.
Yeah, and
100%.
like practical examples. Some of us, this is how our money mountains continue to grow, right? Like we have an item, we're excited, we're researching it, we get so far, but we can't get that perfect price point. We can't get that exact comp. We can't. So what do?
Well, it goes to the side because we got to go
to
make
the
dinner.
side.
Right.
And before you know it, there's a little mountain on the side. I mean, I think a lot of us resellers are guilty of that and set it aside, especially with the high dollar value items. Like we don't complete it because we can't make it perfect and we can't get that perfect comp. And we just got money sitting over there piling up.
You know what else? I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to tell you again because it just happened over on our Thrift Find Flip video of He Picks It, I List It. I have an item that I got from back when we were in the storefront. If you watch the video, you'll see me open it. There's even Consignment cards in there. When I got that and decided I wasn't going to use it anymore, and I did a quick research on it, it was $149 resale. But I didn't have a box for it, and I didn't want to get into that, so I put it aside. It's been in that money mountain for 2+ years. And watch the video. See what happens, because I'm going to give you this. It's not the same value it was 2 years ago had I listed it then. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh gosh,
yeah,
that is painful. So little true story here. Molly had moved to North Carolina. I was in the process of moving the store online, and her desk was still there, right? And there was a little desk drawer in the front of it, and I'm closing up the store. We'd closed the storefront at that point, and I'm cleaning everything up and moving everything online back to my house. And I opened the desk drawer.
Oh, am I getting called out on something?
Do you know that? You must have blocked this out. I opened the desk drawer, and there is literally a big pile of tangled jewelry that had been like some pretty decent jewelry that had been researched partially, but it was just too difficult at the time. And I was like, oh my God.
Are you like looking into my office right now? Is that what we're
Hundreds of dollars just in that desk drawer.
Just in
Hundreds of dollars.
Like, oh my God.
And it hurt extra because that's one of your favorite things to do is untangle the jewelry.
I know. You know what? It's probably why I left it in there, in all honesty. You probably weren't there the day it needed untangled, so I put it aside and forgot about it because it was in the drawer and not. I'm going to blame that on you.
I think that had been several years of like build up.
Oh, oops. Yeah. So, as I say, recovering perfectionist. And the other thing I think about is when we first started recording consignment chats, we would show up. I remember being so nervous, like, oh my gosh, we're doing a podcast and a YouTube and people are going to see me. I have to have the perfect setup. I need the this and the that. My background needs to be perfect. And I would take a shower. It would take me an hour and 15 minutes before we recorded to shower, dry my hair, put the curls all in my hair, my eyeliner, my mascara. I had to look perfect. And I would sit there and smile like this the whole time. Hey, y'all. Like grin because I felt like I had to look perfect.
Oh my God, we have to go back and pull one of those photos of us.
Oh,
I'm really glad that I have made the real version here where I brushed my hair today, guys. I think that's
you know what I did today? I went to the gym. I came home. I got my coffee. I did rebrush my ponytail and throw on some lip gloss, and that's it, y'all. I have a little smell going on here. I mean, here I am. Here I
love it. Good job showing up just as you are. And thank God smell-o-vision is not a thing yet.
I know.
Smell of YouTube. So I think the biggest thing to remember with perfectionism is it's really turns out that in the end of the day, it's a lot of busy work, right? Like it doesn't stop you from working. It stops you from finishing. You tend to focus on the less important things. And we're going to talk about that because we are in the middle of a book that's going to help us with that. But these are the things you want to keep in mind with all of that.
I feel like when we think about like our processes and the steps that it takes, like we talk a lot in our Patreon about like the lean process and cutting how many times you touch something or how many steps you take in your office or like things like that. We talk about that a lot. And perfectionism might feel like you're perfecting that, like you're doing the least amount, but really it's the opposite. Because half the time, if you set it aside, then you have to research it the next time you grab it. You're taking extra steps to try to get everything to be absolutely perfect. And sometimes you get confused or lost and have to start over again. And it's this whole thing where if you let go of some of that, then it will actually really streamline your processes.
Smart advice. Mm-hmm. All right. So we kind of hit on the examples of what reseller overthinking perfectionism looks like. We've talked about it's over researching an item. It's waiting for that perfect photo. I mean, I know that's a thing, like, oh, well, my lighting's not right, or my this or my that, or you know what, now with Photo Room and all the adjustments, you can AI, you don't even need to worry about that anymore, right? Like it's got to be the perfect listing. No, it doesn't. Wait until I have more time. If I can't do it all at one time, then I can't do it at all, right? Something I got myself into, and I still catch myself sometimes, is watching content to learn instead of actually just taking the action, right? Like, and I'm not saying don't stop watching us because we're here to teach you stuff, but time it out right, get it going right. Okay. So I think now let's focus on what is the cost of perfectionism. If you are a perfectionist, you are an overthinker. What is the cost of that?
You're not getting your freaking listings up. Oh my goodness. Plain and simple, your shit is not getting done and Samantha is going to lose it.
Okay, there we have it. And the episode is done. Cheers. Yeah. So I know for me, it's a confidence thing for me. Like I lose confidence if I am too much of a perfectionist, and then I end up not getting done what I thought I would get done in a day because my overthinking took over and my perfectionism took over. And then at the end of the day, my confidence is shot because I didn't succeed in the things that morning I said I was going to.
I
Yeah.
never thought about that.
It's bad. Yeah. And it hurts my momentum. It makes me
it's a whole downward.
Yeah, it's a whole downward spiral, you know. And then you're not even thinking about the fact that you're losing sales because you're not getting that stuff up because
oh my God,
you've been messing around.
How do you even get out of bed the next morning after a day like that? Oh my goodness.
How do you? So I think that's where this is a good place to bring up our book club book that we're reading now, because this is part of what had me rethink about even doing this episode. Because again, thank you, Brian Tracy, for writing Eat That Frog specifically for me. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. But it's get up in the morning and eat the frog, right? What does that mean, guys? What does it mean when it says get up that morning and eat that frog?
You're going to do,
you're
going to do the hardest part of your day. We always talk about making lists and setting our priorities. And there's always that thing that we're like, oh, I don't want to do that. Or, whether it's like putting your finances in or getting 10 listings done or whatever it is, you're going to eat that frog right in the beginning. Although I don't like the title of that book because frog legs are delicious, but.
Did you get my picture eating the frog legs? They were delicious. Yeah,
they're delicious.
They sent us a picture. She was eating that frog this weekend, and I loved it.
It's like fishy chicken. It's so good.
Fishy chicken.
That's exactly what it's like.
It's like eating a fishy chicken wing kind of thing. Yeah,
I love it.
Kind of like alligator. Anyways, so it's about setting your priorities and then doing the hardest thing first, because once you do that thing, it's done. You're not procrastinating it, and it's easier to do all the other things because those weren't the hard ones.
Yeah. I like to saying, and I've heard it because I listened to a podcast on it too, and they said it again, and I just love it, that sometimes you look at that list and you've got 2 or 3 frogs, not just one frog. And so then what do? You eat the ugliest first. I like that. Eat that ugliest frog first. Get the one that's really, there's always that one that's just a little uglier than the others. So, you're not.
And a lot of times it's the one that's going to move us forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
Like, why do I set the higher dollar value items aside? Because they're harder to research, because it's more work. I can list like 40 low dollar value items in the time it takes me to list, one expensive one.
Well, and then we're right back to complaining about our low dollar sales.
Right.
Why are all the low dollar things selling? Well, that's what you listed last week.
Those are the easy ones to do. So in the book, he also talks about, which we're all doing that now, kind of setting your goals. And then one of the steps is that each morning, you write down your list and then you pick those frogs, right? Like, and I'm working on putting that time in the morning, like where to put that into my morning schedule to have that moment to write it down. But the other thing that I have to remind myself, because I started and I got my little notebook for it, again, overthinker, perfectionist, I started writing everything under the sun down. And then in the morning, I was looking at all of it and I realized I was overwhelmed. It was too much. My brain couldn't focus, that I wasn't taking, I don't think, the steps correctly. I think you still have to go back to the idea of brain dump. So I've decided that I need to go back to doing a weekly brain dump on Sundays, where I just throw out everything that I think I need to do in the next week and put it on paper. But then on those every morning things, make a reasonable, acceptable daily to-do list. Because I was putting way too much on that paper first thing in the morning, and it was overwhelming. And I looked at it and I was like, there is no way. What do you got there, Samantha?
So I really need to read the book and stop being distracted. So it's super cute. It's a daily planner page and a weekly one. And it does have like a spot for a brain dump, a spot for like what went well, what didn't, a lot like our intention journal, but more robust and towards eating the frogs. But I started doing it during book club. I asked ChatGPT to make me a little checklist because I had my goals and I was gonna do this book club the right way. And then I spent about 2 hours because I don't know how to chat GPT correctly apparently, and it kind of went in circles for a little while and got it on the right track, and it was getting what I wanted. And then I went and made dinner and did stuff and watered the garden, and I came back and I spent another couple hours trying to. It was going to design me a 20-page leather bound whatever and do all that. I just wanted a page to print out that I could check off every day. But yeah, so I finally told myself that was enough, and I set a time limit, and then I didn't touch it anymore. So,
oh boy, that was a lot of time spent.
Yeah. But I do have a very nice page that's not exactly what I wanted, but it will work for this, and maybe someday when I actually have it as a priority, I will dive back into what I wanted. But
to creating the perfect page, yes.
Yeah.
But I do think that we have to, and by we, I mean those of us that are overthinker perfectionists, have to really think, even when we read books and do things like Eat That Frog, that sometimes you have to tailor it to your way of processing and thinking. And I know for me, when I started doing this with the Tick Tick app, and I would do my big brain dump in the inbox and then sit on it for a little bit. Like I wouldn't jump right into it, but then I would take a break, come back to it later in the day, and then take those items and plug them into where they were going to go that week. And that now with the Eat That Frog would be the time to take those ugly, ugly frogs and plug them in early in the morning at the beginning of the week. And why do I say that? Because I work better early in the morning and I am more productive at the beginning of the week, because by the end of the week I feel like I've earned my vacation days.
Yep, for sure.
So I think that's a good way to help break the cycle of overthinking, and I think we could probably come up with other good ways to give suggestions.
Yeah. So when I think of like my money mountain and like why would stuff sit in there? What am I putting off? What am I trying to perfect? I think of blankets. That's one of the things, like you're like, oh, how am I going to take a picture of this? I want it to be perfect. I want it to whatever. And I really overthought. I don't anymore, but I overthought blankets and linens and taking photos of them. And then I even once I had a process, it was still a lot to have one of them and do it. So then they get set aside. Now for stuff like that, that's harder to photograph or whatever, I batch list. Like batch listing, we talk about all the time, list all your pants at once and then your shirts. And like people understand that basic premise of it. But it also is, if you have to change your photography station, like for blankets, I go into my daughter's room and I put an extra ring light in there, and then I take pictures on her nice white bed with her nice white walls and do that. It's kind of a waste of time with just 1 or 2 blankets though. So I make sure that I have like a pile of blankets, and it's a lot less overwhelming that way too. If I'm not worried about that one blanket and it's got to be perfect and do all the whatever. Nope. Now I'm like, that's okay. That goes in the blanket pile, and I will spend 2 hours of time next week on just blankets.
I'm sitting here grinning because I used to do that and worry about all the things have to go on the bed and I got to take it upstairs and I got to, girl, I don't even do that. You know what I did with the last blankets I listed? I stepped out on my back deck, laid it out on the deck, stood above it, took some pictures, pulled it in and listed it.
Nice.
Like I even did them. Yes.
I feel really seen because this pile of blankets has been sitting on the chair behind me for about 3 weeks now.
Libby, lay it on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you've got a dog. See, I don't have a dog, so I will lay it on my, not long ago, I laid them out on my
floor.
Have a dog. You have a dog.
Quotes.
I laid them out on my kitchen floor. I just laid them out on the hardwoods and took pictures of them. I don't even go through. I am so not a perfectionist now, y'all. I am so recovered Libby, remember when I would say, oh my gosh, don't you dare photograph my jeans on your floor. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want, here's the
Yeah,
beauty of
the
background.
bathroom door was so much better.
Here's the beauty of background removal tools, y'all. Nobody knows where it is that you photographed that item.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
Yeah.
knows if I did it on my deck, if I did it on a bed, if I did it on my kitchen floor, if I did it out in the grass. Nobody knows because I'm removing the background.
So quick tip, smaller blankets, I will take big like binder clips and I will clip them to the top of my clothing rack and I will have it come down. And sometimes there's even a table in front and I'll drape it so it, and you remove the background. And people will say, oh my gosh, but there's binder clips on the top in the corner, or it folded over a little bit. And that's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
we've
okay.
got so many of these little ideas for little things to help you, but I want to talk about, Libby, you were talking the other day with me about, the aiming for progress, not for perfection, like setting how to set your goals in a way that is makes you think more about just getting it done. Can you talk a little bit about that? Do you remember?
About timing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like using tools like our listing calculator, which tells you like if you want to make, $20,000 this year, this is what you need to do every day, every month, the targets you have to hit. When you have a tool like this, it's going to tell you based on your goals, and you have 8 hours to work, however many hours to work a day. You can take that, and instead of asking if you can get there, you're going to ask how you can get there. You're going to set a timer and say, all right, I need to do 5 listings in 30 minutes. How am I going to do that? Like, you're asking yourself a different question. You're not asking yourself the if. You're setting a timer and seeing how you can get that done in that space of time. And yeah, things are going to fall off. Like, it's not going to be perfect, but that's going to happen naturally when you ask yourself the how question, not the if question. That timer, I think, is so incredibly important if you are struggling. Figure it out. Figure out how to fit something into a certain amount of time. The brain is creative and amazing and will do wonderful things to get you there. But you have to ask the how question, not the if can.
Yeah, and I think like you mentioned, setting the goals, using our listing calculator. I tell people all the time to use that calculator. I use it every quarter. I put in my numbers and make sure I'm on track or adjust my goal if I want. And I think seeing that, breaking it into chunks and then just tackling chunks at a time. And like Molly said, you want that progress, not the perfection. You want to just keep listing things and keep doing it. And eventually the perfection comes with it. We naturally, even if we don't care about background removal right now or whatever it is, we will naturally get better as we go. Practice does make things perfect. And the more you're going to do it, the more you're going to look back in 2 years and go, oh my gosh, I thought those were good enough. And they were at the time. And now look at my pictures now versus then. And that's a natural reseller thing. We all look back and go, holy moly, what was I doing? But you got things up, you built up your store, your platform, and you're making sales. And that's the point. Get stuff up.
Okay. This is the one thing we've talked about before, and I love it when we mention this, and I want listeners to sink this into your brain when it comes to your listings. You can edit a listing. You can edit it, but you can't sell one if it's not listed.
Yes.
So get it up. Whatever it takes to just get it up. And then later, if you've gone over whatever in your mind is the right amount of time, for Libby and I, we just list it, leave it, forget it. And then it might sell 6 months down the road. I have things that sell within the hour I listed it. I have things that sell that I listed 2 years ago and go, oh boy, I hope that's still where I think it is. But get it listed and get it up. And later, if you find it's getting no traction, no views, later schedule out a time once a month or whatever works for your business to take a look at those and see, do I need to change something? Do I need to tweak the title? But in the beginning, just get it up. Get it up, because 9 times out of 10, it's going to get seen. Even if you didn't remove the background, it could get sold. We have had some of the ugliest photographed items sell.
right?
Ugliest.
Right?
Yeah.
The title didn't get changed. It just says like red shirt XL. What?
Right.
What?
Right. Yeah.
Another thing too, you mentioned inventory, and I see that, or any process, holding people back all the time because they think big picture. I would do better if my bins were organized like this, or if I started putting a SKU number on everything, or if they see a way to improve. However, they feel like they have to improve their entire store all at once. And granted, there are times when we do need to go through things and fix past processes and streamline and get everything to match. However, especially with inventory, when you are trying to figure out the best way for you to organize and keep track of your inventory, you just start with the stuff you're listing today and move forward, because in a couple weeks you might have tweaked it and it could be totally different. And now, once you've been doing it for a little while, you're like, yep, you've sold some things. It's easy to find. You really like it. Now you go through and slowly integrate it into all your older stuff, or maybe you don't. Maybe you're like, I can take care of that stuff in its own way, and now from now on I do it this way. But don't let the big picture hold you back. When you have any type of process and you're like, oh, but I have to do that for 1,000 items. Not necessarily. Just start now, figure out the process, and keep going forward.
I like that. I like that. Oh, I
And
had
think
something
it's
to
like
say. and I lost
action,
it.
action. Like everything we're talking about is like action. Take that
Mhm.
action, like take that step. Just
Mhm.
move.
Mhm.
And I think about one of the big YouTubers that teaches, like a lot of the bigger YouTubers, Sean Cannell. His tag is just press record. Just
Yeah.
press record. Like just list it, just press record, just get started.
Sometimes we do that. We just press record while one of us is saying something really crazy, like the beginning of this episode. And we let you hear the raw, you know. I want to jump back to listing because I did this the other day and I just want to share this. And I want to know if you girls have ever done this, if listeners have ever done this. All right, so you go to a yard sale, you get a bunch of stuff, you do your comps there briefly, but then when you get home and you're laying it all out, you're looking at it and you're like, oh, let me see how much this, let's say, book sells for. And you pull it up on eBay on your phone and you look at it and you find that listing and they sold it for a really good amount. What do you do right then and there? You go, oh, good, it sold for that amount. Maybe you screenshot it so you keep it in there and you move on to something else. Do you know what I've started doing? If I am home and I have pulled that listing up to look at something because I was curious, but I wasn't ready to list, if I have gone through all that and pulled that active listing up, I am not going to screenshot it. I am not going to put my phone down and close it out. I immediately hit sell one like this, grab the item, take the pictures, and I list it right then and there. Because otherwise, I put it down, and then what? 2 weeks later, I go through the same process I just went
Right.
through to find that item, to just hit sell one like this and list it. Boom, boom, boom. Take your pictures, throw it in there, get it done. Quick.
Yeah, because the great thing about Nifty and with Vendu is that no matter what platform you're like, oh, I'm just going to list this real quick, it will all sync to Vendu or Nifty later, and it's in there, and then you can cross list to the rest of them, and it's easy peasy.
I know we've talked about we're going to do a Listapalooza in the fall, and we were talking about in September. I think we have the dates picked, so make sure that you listen up to our lives and all, because that will be announced before you know it. But I have just decided I'm changing the theme from like a back to school. It's going to be an Eat That Frog theme.
Oh, okay.
We're going to go with an Eat That Frog, because what I'm going to ask all of the listeners to do right now, we are going to challenge you to list that one item you've been avoiding. I know you all have those items. Pick one, list it. Just quit all the researching, the deep diving. Just get into it, pick it, list it, boom, publish it.
Just list those blankets. All right. They better not be on the chair next week, is all I can say. I'm going to get called out.
We'll be looking. So let us know in the comments if you did it and what it was that was that ugly frog that you kept pushing into your money mountain instead of just eating it and getting her done.
What's yours, Samantha?
I have too many to list at the moment. I need to I need to go through and organize my money mountain to figure out what all I even have around here right now.
Okay.
So that leads me into, though, if you go to consignmentchats.com, you click on our Etsy merch store. Molly has created, and I've thought about this several times as we've talked in this episode. Molly has created a money mountain. I don't remember what it's called, but a money mountain spreadsheet, tracker. Essentially. Yeah. And tracker. And that is like the perfect companion to this conversation. It wasn't even in our notes or something we were supposed to mention, but I keep thinking about it because it is the perfect way to say, okay, I have X amount of items. There are these types of items. And you can eat the frog out of your money mountain, keep track of it, show the progress of, oh, look at you. You did 10% of your money mountain this week. And I love it. And I think I might need to use it.
Yeah. I got to tell you what happened this weekend.
Okay.
And then we're gonna get out of here because I know we're hanging on. But I just got to tell you, because you're bringing this up. This weekend, when I was doing my Eat That Frog goals, my long-term goals, one of them was dealing with my money mountain. I will get it down to 100 items by the end of this year, December 2026. Yes. I want to keep 100, and that way there's always backup if I'm running out of inventory. We're doing a list-a-palooza. I have a money molehill for those things, right? Just a little baby one. A little baby molehill. But I have, as I've mentioned before, a mountain range. If you've been watching over on our Thrift Find Flip, the He Picks I List episodes, you will see we had a mountain range upstairs. We have several downstairs, right? Well, as I was doing, one of my goals is to get this down to 100. The first step in making this happen is to get all of my unlisted inventory in one place. So guess what we started doing this weekend?
Oh, good.
Everything upstairs that was unlisted is now downstairs. Now, this I think would drive you nuts, but we moved it all into the game room. Why? Because then I have to visually see it. When I am walking around downstairs, it is in my face. And if anybody knows me, you know I can't stand that. So it makes me eat those frogs and work through getting that stuff out of my house so that I can get it listed and Nick can get it out in the garage. I don't like my game room stacked with these money mountains. It's already driving me nuts, and we just did it this weekend. So, yeah. So find a way to get that to happen. But my way of making it happen was we sat down, we discussed what room is the best room. We could have put it upstairs in the twin bed guest room because that's a clear room now that we've been working on. We could have filled that, right? But I wouldn't look at that on the daily. So I knew me well enough and did my own personal deep dive to know that in order for me to really be successful, it needs to drive me crazy on the daily. And then I know every morning I'm going to look at that and go, what items am I pulling from here? What ugly frogs am I going to eat first thing in the morning and get them out of this room?
Wow, I am impressed.
Yeah, girl.
Really,
girl.
Inspiring.
So, you know that husband that like cooks me eggs every morning and makes my coffee, and you guys all have a drinking game. Oh, he brought Samantha something else. Remember that time he got real frustrated and cranky, and we didn't even like talk for a couple days because I had inventory everywhere, unlisted. It wasn't even inventory; it was just stuff, and he piled it in my office to the point where it was a hoarder room. I had to make a little path to get to my desk. And then I don't even think I could like lower and raise my desk. It was just, and that'll really make you think of things too. I'm not suggesting that spouses go out and pack their area full, but being able to see it every day and really look and say, holy crap, that's a heck of a mountain. Yeah.
It's inspirational, aggravational, and motivational, and get it done. I'm just making up all the words right now. All right, guys. So remember, tag us when you eat that frog. Comment. Let us know, what frog did you eat? What was that one listing that you've been avoiding? Libby's blankets, whatever it is. Put it in the comments. We want to know about it. And if you want accountability for these kind of things, if you feel like you need more, like I really need more accountability to do this,
you do.
We got the 12-week year. We've got our
Mhm.
Patreon group. We do mastermind. We do the 12-week year. We're in the middle of year 3. So you can't join mid-year, but you can certainly join us for year 4.
Yeah.
So definitely hop over into our Patreon and start doing your research on that. And we'll help you get ready if you want the accountability and to be a part of our 12-week year. All right. Got it? All right. So remember, perfect doesn't sell. Listed does. Go eat your frog. Go eat your frog, y'all.
Yes.
All
I
right.
love frog legs.
Until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, look, we all have no C chats mugs.
No faces today. Thanks for being here with us on Consignment Chat. Find everything we do at consignmentchats.com and stay connected with us by subscribing wherever you listen or watch. We'll see you next time.